Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and had a little bit of a rather cute update on Young Justice. Well, this week's episode of Young Justice saw a rather triumphant return of one of my favorite characters, Garfield Logan. In case you're not following the series, this season has been tough on Garfield. As far as he's concerned, he's lost one of his best friends, Connor Kent, and that drove him to the edge and into a really deep depression and addiction situation that many of us fans were worried were going to result in something much worse. Now, over the course of the series, we saw Garfield make a bit of a recovery, which I know many of us are pretty happy about, but this week's episode kind of teased us with something awfully cute that ties directly to the voice actor, Greg Cipes. Now, if you checked out this week's episode, we actually saw Garfield in counseling with Black Canary and the rest of the Outsiders. He hasn't returned to full team status yet, but he's clearly on his way. And the cuter part of the scene was the fact that Garfield has a new dog. Now, this is an emotional support animal, and he talks a little bit about how great the dog is and how important he is to Garfield getting back to normal life. He also tells us the dog's name, Wingman. Now, the team over at Young Justice Wiki picked this up, and I thought it was super cute. In case you didn't know, Greg Cipes is the voice of Beast Boy. And quite honestly, Greg does a great job. If you're listening to this video, Greg, I love your work. But the dog is where it gets interesting. If you go to Greg's social media account, he is a massive dog supporter, and his feed is absolutely stuffed full of dog pictures. Now, the team over at Young Justice Wiki pointed to some public appearances of Greg, and he does many of those with his dog. A dog that has the same name as Beast Boy's dog, Wingman. I think this is a really cute integration, and I love the fact they actually use his dog's real name. Now, what happens with Garfield and his new dog, it's pretty hard to tell. I think this is just an incidental of storytelling here, but it is a nice real-life element added to the show. Greg Weisman and the crew that developed the show take many of these aspects of mental health pretty seriously. If you've been following this season, you've seen a lot of it from several characters, and to see Beast Boy recover and add this element to his recovery is very real life to me, and I do kind of look forward to seeing where this is going to go. Now, obviously, we gotta wait till next week for the 24th episode of Young Justice. We're winding down the season, and we still haven't gotten the Season 5 announcement. So I'm gonna say this every time. Make sure you use those Young Justice hashtags. Renew Young Justice Season 5, and Save Earth 16 are all the hashtags we need to be posting with positive messages to HBO Max and Warner Brothers asking, maybe kinda demanding, a 5th season. But until we get more news, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Beast Boy having his own emotional support animal? And what's your vibe on it being named after the voice actor's real dog? I have to say, that's about the most wholesome thing I've ever heard of. Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates.